And thank you for joining us for ABC 7 at 6. I'm Stephanie Valle. We begin following the latest on the McBride fire in Ruidoso. The blaze has now burned more than 6,100 acres, and it remains at 0% containment. And we want to show you this map here. This is showing the areas in which hotspots have been recently reported. Now, the important thing to note is we do not see any red dots on this map. That is because we are seeing that there are no new fires in the last 0 to 12 hours. As you can see, the dots are yellow and orange, which means those fires are up to 48 hours old. Now, as of this afternoon, New Mexico Governor Michelle Lujan Grisham arrived in Ruidoso to get an update on the containment efforts firsthand. And she says the state has to be prepared for wildfires to be more common now than in the past.
We're going to do everything we can to keep people safe and to mitigate the extent of these fires. But this is going to happen all around the state, and we have to be prepared. That's why I'm here. We have to be prepared.
The governor added that more than 200 families have been affected by the McBride fire. Earlier today, officials said hotshot crews will focus on securing lines to keep the fire from making runs back towards the village. They expect fire activity to increase today due to warmer, drier weather and gusty winds. And the damage from the fires is not the only concern for residents of Ruidoso. ABC 7's Nate Ryan has been there all afternoon. He shows us some of the damage that not just the fires, but the winds have caused to residents and the destruction they've created.
Here in Ruidoso, just 3 days after the McBride fires broke out here, about 200 yards away, I want to show you from the main drag here. This is Sutterth Road, just off to our right here, the main drag in downtown Ruidoso. So very centrally located to downtown. You think very high, very beautiful pine trees, 70, 80 feet. Well, the winds uprooting some of these pine trees. Take a look at some of the damage. You can just see the scorched earth of these winds that are picking up these massive pine trees here, taking down with them in its path. If you think that damage was something, this one was even worse. You're taking down this two-door pickup truck, completely shattering the open and front portion of the windshield, coming down on the bottom part of this pickup truck, extending all the way into the next yard. Look at this carport right here that was taken out by this pine tree. Now, this pine tree fell down on Tuesday. Now, I'm here with the owner of this home and the owner of this carport here, Carmen Graham. Now, Carmen, you weren't here when this tree fell over, but your daughter was.
She was here. She had the baby and my son. They had come to spend a couple of days here, and she was just frightened to death, but thank God nothing happened to them.
Miraculously, nobody was hurt there, but the wind, the impact of these winds, you've said you've lived here for about 20 years almost, you've owned these properties. Never have you seen anything like this?
Never. It had never happened. And she said that she heard the neighbors screaming and went to look through the window, and she saw when the trees were coming down.
Well, Carmen, as you mentioned, the most important thing is that miraculously nobody was hurt here by the damage caused by these high winds. Again, just a microcosm of the damage we're seeing all across Ruidoso. We'll continue to show you more from what we're seeing here from the McBride fires. But for now, in Ruidoso, Nate Ryan, ABC.